Hi guys, welcome to Stormford Motors, and today we are reviewing the Land Rover Discovery 4. Let's have a look at the engine bay. This is a 3-liter V6 engine diesel. This is the SDV6 variant of the Land Rover Discovery. It has 256 horsepower, 600 Newton meters of torque, and it drives with a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Now this is a big boy because it has 2.45 tons, but it being a diesel, it's not bad in fuel efficiency, as you can get 27.1 miles per gallon on average. Let's talk about the history of the Land Rover Discovery. So Land Rover Discovery was launched by Land Rover in the late 1980s. Before this, the Range Rover already existed. So Rover Discovery was introduced to bridge the gap that the Range Rover left when it went on a more upscale market. And Land Rover needed to come about with a vehicle that's family friendly, still an SUV, and is still practical. So this was the answer, the Land Rover Discovery. As we said, the Series 1 was launched in the late 1980s, was launched in 1998, and Land Rover claimed that they made 720 improvements over the Series 1. And basically, both of them were quite similar looking. As you can see, the trend with the Discovery 3 and 4, with just a few cosmetic upgrades and performance upgrades. Now, with the first generation Land Rover Discovery and the second generation, it was more rugged compared to the Range Rover variant. So Land Rover had a task to create a more luxurious version, and they did that by unleashing a new range, which is the Land Rover Discovery 3, commonly known as the LR3, in 2004. You might be asking, how did Land Rover do the shift from a more rugged vehicle to a combination between ruggedness and luxury? They did this by mainly making a change from the ladder frame chassis, and they introduced a monocoque body. What this means is they incorporated the ladder frame chassis beneath, and then they added the modern body on top. So it increases reliability when you're off-roading, and also it increases luxury when you're riding on smooth roads. Now this means that the Land Rover Discovery 3 and 4 was heavier compared to the Land Rover Discovery 2 because of the separate chassis and body configuration. Now we come to the Discovery 4. It was basically an upgrade from the Discovery 3 with a claimed 1,500 new parts, which is quite double of what the LR2 was compared to the LR1. And the Discovery 4 SDV6 XS is the variant that we'll be reviewing today. The main kind of feel of difference between the third generation and the fourth generation is this one is more luxurious and it's smoother on the road. Let's talk about the exterior features of the Land Rover Discovery 4. Starting with the front, it has a boxy design. As you can see, there are box-shaped headlights. Also LED, we have a daytime running light strip there. And this is a new grille. If you compare it with the third generation, this one is double-sided and it's a new design. And if you look at the whole car, even from the side view, it has a boxy design also from the side. As you can see, it's a high roof. We have from the front to the rear, the seats move upwards, in a cinematic kind of setting so that everyone has a clear view of the front. And we also have boxy headlights. We have side steps. We have 19-inch alloy rims. The front we have the fog lights, and these are headlight washers. And the Land Rover Discovery 4 comes with tinted windows as standard, but this one has an upgraded 3M tinting, so it's different from the factory option. At the front, we have a rain sensing wiper that you can set from inside so that if it starts to rain, the windshield wipers can automatically start cleaning the windshield. So at the side, we also have air suspension fitted at standard in all Land Rover Discovery 4. And the approach angle is 32.2 degrees with the departure angle of 26.7 degrees. At the back, still boxy design, but very beautiful. You can see the LED headlights, and we have a rear tail gate light, and we also have a tow bar. The max towing capacity is 3,500 kilograms. Now let's have a look at the boot space. First of all, this is a split rear tailgate. It opens like this and is quite strong, so even if you have a picnic, you can come here, sit down, and have a good time with your family. Inside we have 1,124 liters boot space, and it's quite, stylish. As first of all, we have this to protect the cloth, and if you pull this up, you can have the two rear seats. These are 7-seater, so you can pull the two rear seats and have extra people to carry. Action. So as you can see, it's a 7-seater. Open this for you. And for someone like me, if I pull the seats back up, I can fit. My legs are on, of course, on the chairs, but I can sit here for short distances and I have enough headroom. And as I said in the beginning, each seat is raised above the others at the front. So the back seats are lower than these ones. As you can also see from the exterior, there's a bulge that goes up to allow for more headroom. And when the rear seats are down, the boot space is bigger. So if you pull this down, you can make all of them flat and you have loads of more space. If you have something long like wood, if you're carrying something that's big and you need it to fit, you can pull all of these seats down and you have a boot capacity of 2,000 liters. Now let's have a look at the interior. We have leather seats and leather everywhere, even on the armrests. We have leather here where you control the power controls of the window, and the seats are pretty comfy. I have loads of headroom. I'm 6'3", so this is quite much. Also, leg room is good. I can sit here comfortably for hours, long trips, anything you name it. And we also have door bins where you can put your bottles and any other things that you may want to put there. Coming at the front, as I said, it's leather everywhere. We have armrests, we have two-tone leather on the sides, we have your window controls here, we have a glove box which you can open and store your stuff. We have cup holders. You can put your cups there, your mugs. We have This is the holder for the key. So if you bring your key in, you can just put it there and you'll be good. This is the parking brake. You have the driving selector and the controls for the climate control. These are the off-road controls. So we have the different terrains. This one is snow, desert, you know, rock place, just normal road, winter. We have all that. And right here we have another space where you can store your stuff. And this is a CD changer. We have an analog clock, and this is the button for start to stop. As I said, this is push to start. So if you want to start your vehicle, you have this, and then the gear selector comes outwards if you start the car. So let me just demonstrate that for you. It goes down if you switch it off, and then if I switch it on, it comes up. And we have a socket for your charging if you need to charge anything. This is also another one. You can remove it and put it back when it's done. With some comfort features, we have keyless entry. Of course, you don't have analog key when you're entering the car. It's the key with the battery. That's we just put there. So you have the controls. You can switch on the light. And here we have the controls on the steering wheel. You can press the horn here, the two buttons, and you know, you can change the radio settings from here. We have cruise control. We have a heated steering wheel as standard. We have paddle shifters if you need to do that, and then we have the controls for the indicators. So if you want to turn left, it's electronic, and then if you want to turn right, you do that, and you can enjoy your drive. As I said, we have the AC, and we also have air quality control throughout the vehicle, which is a filter system that purifies the air of any dirt or germs. We have parking airbags, and we also have crash sensors, which are basically used for when the car detects an accident is about to occur, so that it can deploy the airbags, and also it can be used for auto emergency calls. So should you buy, consider, or disregard the Land Rover Discovery 4? I think it's a good car. It's quite luxurious, it's spacious, it's practical, and it's quite reliable only if you maintain it. So please, if you're buying this car, make sure you maintain it, don't reject it, and you should be fine. If you need to buy a Land Rover Discovery, please reach out to Stormford Motors. We'll have the email and the contact number in the description. Until next time, have a good evening. Bye-bye.